How's it everyone, Grant here, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'll be unboxing the Sony Xperia XZs. So the Xperia XZs is pretty much being slept on this year. Everyone's recommending that you pass over it and wait for Sony to release the XZ Premium in about another month. That's going to be their true flagship. The XZ Premium is going to have a 5.5 inch 4K HDR display and that upgraded camera that's capable of doing crazy super slow motion at 960 frames per second. Now, the XZs here is pretty much the exact same phone the XZ was. It's the exact same phone, same design, same everything, except it does have an upgraded camera, which is the exact same camera that will be found in the Sony XZ Premium. So, same super slow motion camera here on the XZ. And this came out at $699 in the US, so $700 here in the United States. So if this is $700, that XZ Premium is going to be at least $800 plus. You can now find the XZs for below $600 already, and I'm pretty sure once the XZ Premium drops, it'll go even lower than that. So if you don't care about the 4K display on that XZ Premium, because it's pretty much going to run in 1080p most of the time and only be able to display certain supported 4K content some of the time. So if the real selling feature is going to be that camera, and if you really want that camera, you can have it here in the XZs while saving a couple $100 or more. So let's unbox this thing and take a quick look at it. So here you can see it's a dual SIM device. You can see the front here has that Xperia lettering and that rainbow kind of shimmery effect. The less expensive XA1 does not have that, so you get a little bit of a added bonus there on the box, a little bit nicer presentation there. And on the back here we have some of the specs. So like I said, it's got that 19 megapixel motion eye camera that's going to be on the XZ Premium. The same 13 megapixel camera found on the XZ, but they've added Sony's steady shot stabilization to the front camera, so that should be nice. The exact same 5.2 inch 1080p IPS LCD display as the XZ. You still got USB Type-C, the same size capacity as the XZ, 2900 mAh batteries. And while that might seem low, I still was able to get at least 4 hours on the XZ, so that's pretty much all day battery life for me. We'll test it out here in the XZs to see if that's the same. Same Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 processor, 64 gigs of onboard storage, and it's still IP68 water and dust resistant. So let's go ahead and crack into the box here. And let's open it up. And there you go. So I got the brand new color this year. It's the ice blue. Last year the XZ came in mineral black, platinum, forest blue, and deep pink. This year the XZs is coming out in black, silver, and this ice blue color. So I figured I'd get the new color, show you what it looks like here. So there it is. We'll take it out of the box and see what else we get. I'm not sure if this is a US model or the international one. I really want the international one because this US model does not come with the fingerprint sensor enabled, so I want the international model. Let's take a look at the box. The accessories will tell us. And I do have the international model, so this fingerprint sensor should be functional and working because here's the international power charging brick. It is a fast charging brick that you can see there, quick charge 3.0. Take a look at the output there. We do have headphones, which is also an indicator that this is an international model because US models never come with headphones. So they're just some basic Sony headphones. We can take a closer look at it here. So there you go, just some basic Sony branded earbuds, but it is nice that they included that here. So let's take a look at what else we get in here. This will probably be just our paperwork and power cable. So here you can see here, nighttime reading and some quick start guide. Here's a setup guide for you if you want to see that. And what else do we have? It should be our charging cable, which should be a USB Type-C cable. And there it is, tucked away all the way in there because Sony wants to troll me and make me work for the cable. So there you go, USB Type-C cable in the box. So now let's take a closer look at the device. We'll remove the stickers. There's the front one and the rear sticker. So we'll peel that off. There you go. And so you can see that shimmer on the back. That's their Alkalito metal finish that they branded that as. But it's a nice ice blue, little baby blue there. You can see the sensor there sticks up on the back. I'll try to get my XZ to compare, but we'll take a look at the front here and power it on. And there we're into the device, and you can see this is definitely the international model. But we'll take a quick tour of the outside here. So quickly on the front, you've got that 5.2 inch 1080p IPS LCD display, so it should have some really nice viewing angles. The XZ definitely did. You've got your NFC sticker there. So NFC is on the front here, it's not on the back. They indicate there is where your NFC contact point is. You've got your front-facing 13 megapixel camera. It does have Sony steady shot stabilization built in, so that should improve low light performance as well as obviously video stabilization. You've got your dual front-facing speakers here. So Sony retained those, exact same thing as the XZ. On the bottom, you have your microphone and the USB Type-C port. On the side here, we have our power button that doubles as a fingerprint reader. You've got your volume rockers and your dedicated camera quick start button, as well as shutter button there. And some people don't like where the volume rockers are placed because you can accidentally press them when holding it here. Other people actually like them because they're very convenient and easy to reach. You don't have to reach up. So that's all going to come down to personal preference. And on the left there is your tray for your dual SIMs and your micro SD card. And this is a toolless SIM card tray, so you don't need a SIM ejection tool. You just need some really good fingernails to pull it out. And as you can see, when I pull that out, the device is rebooting itself, so it's not hot swappable. But here's a quick look at the tray. It's got, you can house your single SIM and your micro SD card, or two SIMs. So it's either one SIM and a micro SD card, or one SIM and, if you can focus in there, your second SIM card there. And I can quickly show you the rest of the comparison of the XZ to the XZS here. Exact same devices, but at the same time, you can see what this silver finish looks like. So if you want the silver one, that's probably what it's going to look like. But as you can see, it's the exact same phone design, pretty much the exact same phone, just with the upgraded camera. No difference on the front at all. Same actual dimensions, same positioning of the camera, earpiece, and microphones. Exact same 5.2-inch LCD display, same dual speakers, and on the left hand side exactly the same with the SIM card and micro SD card tray. On the right side, exact same configuration for power button and fingerprint sensor, volume rockers, as well as your dedicated camera button. And on the bottom, you still have the exact same positioning of the microphone and the USB Type-C port. And on the top, it's exactly the same with your top microphone and 3.5mm headphone jack. So exact same design, exact same everything. I just got it in ice blue color. This is the silver color, and you've got your larger upgraded camera sensor on the XZS. And like you saw, this is the international model, so if anybody else gets a non-US model, gets the international model and wants to learn how to set this back to English, here's how you do it. Just go up into settings here, scroll down till you see the keyboard, that is your language and settings. Select the first option there, hit the plus button, and select your language. I'm going to select English, and what country English, I'm going to select United States. And hit this icon and push English up to the top, and it'll convert it into English, and I should be good to go now. Let's take a look at what the XZS is running out of the box. Let's go to About Phone. We've got Android 7.1.1 Nougat right out of the box there, running the February 1st security patch. And we've already got a security update out of the box. Let's take a look at that. So here you can see the build number there, 41.2.a.0.219. I don't think there's any details about what this is. We've already got 7.1.1 like you saw out of the box. Maybe it's a security patch update or just some minor bug fixes, but we'll install that later and see what it's changed. But for now, let's take a look at some of the rest of the interface here. Here you have Sony's typical skin. It's always very light, looks very close to stock Android. Let's take a look at what apps come pre-installed. So you've got all your typical Sony apps, your music, album, video apps there, what's new, weather, news, their LifeLog health app as well. So quite a bit of Sony bloatware here, as well as PlayStation. Typical Google apps pre-installed there. You've got Facebook, Amazon, and Spotify there. So some bloatware, but overall not too many apps pre-installed there like you can see. Let's actually go here into settings, and you can take a look at storage and memory to see what's out of the box here. It's got Smart Cleaner to help kind of close out some background apps, clean memory, clean cache. You can always turn that off if you think it's being too aggressive. But in advanced, we've got storage here, and it's eating up 16 gigs out of the box. So that's kind of a lot. I think the XA1 was eating up maybe only 10 gigs out of the box, but at least we do have 64 gigs of storage. Let's take a look at the memory. Memory usage is at 1.4 gigs out of the 4 gigs, pretty much 3.7 available, and we'll see how that memory holds up. Usually Sony is well optimized, and it doesn't require too much memory like some other devices, and it's usually fast and fluid out of the box because their skin is very light. So there you go, that's my unboxing and quick setup and walkthrough of the Sony XZS. I pretty much got it to test out that brand new 19 megapixel motion eye camera. That's the same camera again that's going to be on the XE Premium. So I'll let you know how that works out. I'll be putting it up against the Sony XZ to see how much better that upgraded sensor is. I can also put it up against other devices like the Sony Xperia XZ1, which is their budget device, but it does have the same sensor as the XZ. So if you want to see how the XA1 compares to the XZS, maybe you're considering each device, maybe you want to save a few bucks and you really like the camera, I can compare those as well. I've also can do some camera comparisons against things like the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus if you want to see that. Let me know in the comments what other things you'd like to see, what other cameras you'd like to see this compared to, or anything else. Leave that below in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.